republic. Our constitution is not being respected by anybody in power. What's the point of having constitution if nobody gives it any respect and any credence? Afterwards, I brought yet another case on behalf of military doctor Connie Rhodes. And as I said, she was on the stand. She was telling the judge, Your Honor, it's impossible to be born in this country and not have a hospital birthing file and proper hospital birth certificate. Not this piece of garbage that all the media is showing you. It's nothing. It's a piece of garbage. It shows nothing. It doesn't have the name of the hospital. It doesn't have the name of the doctor. It does not have any signatures. I provided a statement from one of the top experts in the country that there are signs of forgery. It cannot be treated as a genuine document. We need to see the original. And moreover, it's something that would not be accepted in any court in the nation. The judge in Georgia, the same Judge Land, grilled me and stated, well, how did you authenticate his birth certificate that you got from Kenya? I said, Your Honor, why aren't you asking this question of those 3 attorneys representing the government? How did they authenticate Obama's birth certificate from here? They provided nothing. I at least provided a hospital birth certificate that gives the name of the hospital, name of the doctor from Kenya. I provided the registrar copy. What did they provide? Nothing. A JPEG. One of my supporters has contacted the Democratic National Committee, and he placed numerous phone calls asking them, how did they verify Obama's eligibility? Based on what? Nobody could give him an answer. Finally, after, 10 phone calls, this gentleman was referred to the legal department. And he spoke with a female attorney. And he demanded an answer. She said, well, we have proof. Well, what proof do you have? From the internet. He said, are you kidding me, man? This JPEG, that's your proof? He said, do you know that somebody can take a picture of your head, put it on a body of a naked woman, post it on the internet, and say it's you? Will that be true? She was embarrassed. She was speechless, but she did nothing. They did absolutely nothing. These people have no sense of decency, no sense of morals, no sense of integrity, no sense of following the law and constitution. Nothing. Just blindly following the dictator. That's it. Nothing was done by the Democratic National Committee. And what also came out recently from Canada Free Press is that there were 2 types of certification signed by Nancy Pelosi. It's interesting that one that said that he was eligible according to the Constitution was sent to Hawaii, and then the other certificates that were sent to 49 other states did not state that he was eligible according to the Constitution. Very interesting fact. The judge, you need to find a decent judge. That's bottom line. In this situation, if a judge is corrupt, you can talk to the wall. No matter what you say, they just don't listen. They don't hear, they don't care, they don't give a damn. That's what's been happening. Well, luckily in California, we do have a judge that seemed to listen, at least so far. He went on record saying that the case will be heard on the merits. And what's interesting, I filed this case, the California case, back in January, and Obama didn't answer. And he's known someone to evade service. So I demanded a default judgment. When one doesn't answer, you can get a default judgment. And when I came to court, suddenly an attorney for the Department of Justice appeared and said, well, we are part of an interest and we want to be served. And Obama wasn't served properly. And I argued, I said, Your Honor, the way I served Obama, and it's a fundamental difference. It's Rule 4E, where you serve a person with a lawsuit when you sue him as an individual for something that he did as an individual. I said, I filed this lawsuit on January the 20th, on the day of inauguration. Clearly, he didn't do anything as a president by that day. And according to the pleadings, it says Barack Hussein Obama didn't say as president. So I served him properly. You owe me a default judgment. That was in July 13th. And what the judge said, Judge David O'Carter, he said, well, look, if I give you a default judgment, here U.S. Attorney's Office is going to say that he wasn't properly served. They're going to go ahead and they're going to appeal this. He's going to be sitting a year in appeals. You want to hear this case immediately, right away. This case needs to be heard on the merits. I promise you that I will be here, if need to be till 1 o'clock at night. I will come here on Saturdays, and it's on the record. It's in transcripts. There is jurisdiction here. I will not dismiss this case on technicality. It will be heard on the merits. I promise you. Serve them. Hear this U.S. Attorney. Serve them. Do it. You know, what can you do? He's the judge. He's the boss. I have to do what they want, and hope that he's telling the truth, and that's what really will happen. So I served the U.S. Attorney's Office, and even though I argued to the judge, I said, Your Honor, when you serve the U.S. Attorney's Office under Rule 4I, you serve where he is sued as a governmental official who performed something in his capacity of a governmental official. And he is entitled to be represented by the government. The government is picking up the tab. And I said, why should I, as a taxpayer, why should all the taxpayers sitting in this room pay for fraud committed by Obama when he was a candidate? He was not a governmental official. He wasn't the president yet. He was a candidate when he claimed to be eligible. He didn't do it in furtherance of his duties as the president. So why should we pay for his defense by the U.S. Attorney's Office? Well, the judge decided that that's what's going to be, and I had to serve the government. And we are picking up the tab. From the moment Obama was elected, numerous cases were filed on the same issue. It is fraud. It was done before the election. It has nothing to do with his functions as a president, and we've been paying thousands of dollars for his defense, paying for those U.S. attorneys. Moreover, in Connie Rhodes' case, the judge dismissed the case, and I believe this is just intimidation, a form of intimidation. He awarded costs to the government. Now think about it. This poor woman is on a salary, being a doctor for the military. God knows what costs are going to assert. They brought 3 attorneys, one for Department of Justice, one for Pentagon, and one for Fort Benning. They can say it's $30,000. That's a form of intimidation in itself. A case like this